Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spring 2017 Texas Tech University Commencement Exercises. Please join me in thanking the Texas Tech Commencement Band and conductor Dr. Sarah McCoyne, Director of Bands, for their contributions to this afternoon's ceremonies. The Commencement Band is made possible for today's exercises through the auspices of the Office of the President of Texas Tech University. Now entering the United Supermarkets Arena, the Mace of Texas Tech, the symbol of the university. The mace bearer is Dr. David Lamp, Associate Professor of Physics, College of Arts and Sciences. Following the mace is the faculty banner. The banner bearer is Dr. Angela Lumpkin, Department Chair and Professor of Kinesiology and Sports Management, College of Arts and Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the faculty of Texas Tech University, led by University Marshals Dr. Rhonda Boros and Tom Rohrig. Now entering the United Supermarkets Arena, the stage party, led by University Marshals Laura Hines, Chair of the Convocations Committee, and Matthew Schleif, Chair-elect of the Convocations Committee. Entering the United Supermarkets Arena, the library banner. The banner bearer is Jesse Simpson. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated and welcome the Spring 2017 graduates of Texas Tech University. Now entering the United Supermarkets arena, degree candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences. The banner bearer is Benjamin Taylor Sharp. Entering the United Supermarkets arena, degree candidates from the Honors College. The banner bearer is Arshin Mohammed Rejan.
please rise and join us in singing of our national anthem, played by the Commencement Orchestra, conducted by Dr. Sarah McGoyne, and sung by Mrs. Marisa Hernandez, who will receive a Bachelor of Music degree this weekend.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. I am Lawrence Skubanek, President of Texas Tech University. It is my pleasure to welcome each of you to this, the May 2017 commencement of the College of Arts and Sciences. I would like to introduce the members of the stage party. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Mr. Michael Lewis, member of the Board of Regents. Dr. David Schmidley, former Texas Tech University president. Dr. Michael Gallion, Provost and Senior Vice President. Dr. Jean Wild, Faculty Senate President. Ms. Elizabeth Polk, Staff Senate President. Mr. Robert Meyer, President of the Student Government Association. Dr. Dominic Casadante, Teaching Academy Representative. Dr. Jay Conover, Horn Professor Representative. Dr. Brent Lindquist, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Mark Sheridan, Dean of the Graduate School. Dr. Michael San Francisco, Dean of the Honors College. Dr. Bella Gerlich, Dean of Libraries. Dr. John Opperman, Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs for the Texas Tech University System. And Mr. John Huffaker, Vice Chancellor and General Counsel for the Texas Tech University System. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Michael Lewis, member of the Board of Regents, who will give the welcome on behalf of our board.
Thank you, Dr. Skubanek. Good afternoon and welcome to Texas Tech University in the United Supermarkets Arena. Today I bring you greetings from the Texas Tech University Board of Regents. I welcome each of you to our beautiful campus and congratulate you parents, other family members, and friends who join us today. This is a time of celebration. It's a fun time. Everybody has a smile on their face. Not only for those of you here in the crowd, but also for those on the stage. It's a joyous time, and our faculty who've invested themselves in each and every one of you graduates. I would hope that you would do your best to pass on the same legacy that was so generously gifted to you by your teachers. Teachers are among the most unselfish individuals on earth. Their success is measured by your success. The ideas and knowledge that you've gained here can be passed down from one generation to the next for the greater good. As a Texas Tech alumnus and fellow Red Raider, I share the excitement for each graduate, and on behalf of the entire Board of Regents, I pay tribute to those who through commitment and dedication will receive your diploma today. You earned this degree through hard work and determination, which are defining characteristics of Texas Tech graduates. Congratulations. I know this is a defining moment for you, and while you're eager to get on to the next phase of your life, I'm sure that many of you already are fondly thinking of the wonderful memories that you had here as a student at Texas Tech, the friends that you made here in Lubbock that you will carry forward for life. I know today, some 45 years after my graduation, I office with two such friends I made here while in school. The longer you're away from Texas Tech, the more you will realize that it is the rock-solid substance and character of your fellow graduates which make a Red Raider special. You realize how special the traditions are that hold all Red Raiders together and make us, in many respects, a family. Someday you'll be in a faraway city and you'll notice a double T on the back of the car in front of you. Something inside of you will spark in recognition. You'll feel an instant urge to get your guns up. Such a thing happened to me last year in an Ingalls grocery parking lot in western North Carolina mountains. I couldn't believe that there was another Texas Tech person within miles of such a remote place in Appalachia. So I waited in my car to see who it was. I was just naturally curious. And sure enough, when they approached, there was an instant connection with those people. So now, my fellow Red Raiders, as you leave this place to continue your life journey, I encourage you to use the gifts of knowledge and friendship you've received here to serve one another, to do justice, to love kindness, and walk humbly. And if you do, you will become a part of another great tradition at Texas Tech. You will become a part of a tradition of graduates who've left Tech to become leaders in their families and in their communities. In keeping with that, I will share with you in closing a bit of advice from another Texas Tech graduate of some 70 years ago, and that was my father. He, in his West Texas way of speaking, told me to always have a hole card. And for those of you who don't know what a hole card is, ask some of your West Texas friends. They can clue you up. So now I will pass on that same advice to you and point out that you do, in fact, have a hole card in the form of a Texas Tech degree. Our hope is that you will take this degree, work hard, and one day stand among nations and make us proud. Congratulations again, and blessings to each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Lewis. Now it is my privilege to introduce this year's commencement speaker. Dr. David Schmidley is no stranger to the Texas Tech University family or these graduation ceremonies. As a former president of Texas Tech University, Dr. Schmidley addressed thousands of Red Raider graduates during his tenure and returns today to deliver your commencement keynote address. Dr. Schmidley is also a Texas Tech Red Raider, receiving his bachelor's and master's degree in zoology before going to the University of Illinois, where he earned his doctorate degree. Because of his distinguished career as a scholar and administrator, he has been recognized as a distinguished alumnus at both Texas Tech University and the University of Illinois. Dr. Schmidley began his academic career at Texas A&M University before serving Texas Tech as Vice President for Research, Dean of the Graduate School, and then President. In 2003, he accepted the position of President at Oklahoma State University and then was named President at the University of New Mexico in 2007. His impact on higher education has been significant. Dr. Schmidley has served on numerous higher education boards, including the Executive Committee of the International Association of University Presidents, the Council of Presidents, the Hispanic Association of Colleges and Universities, and the National Collegiate Athletic Association Executive Committee. He is internationally known as a naturalist and conservationist with more than 100 scientific publications and 7 books, mostly about Texas and Mexican mammals. Dr. Schmidley is probably the only person to have served as a university president and to have a species of mice named after him, paramiscus schmidlii. So let's welcome back to our campus Dr. David Schmidley.
That's my one claim to fame. I have this mouse named after me, see. But it's such a pleasure to be here. President Skovanec, Regent Lewis, all the podium guests, faculty, parents, grandparents. I'm big on grandparents now because I'm one. And friends, and especially you Red Raider graduates. I'm honored to be with you today, especially here at my alma mater, to share in one of life's most important milestones, your college graduation and preparation for a life of success. Now, my wife, Janet, who's right over here, and I sat in your shoes more than 50 years ago when we graduated as Red Raiders. We met on a blind date in 1963 in Horn Hall, and in a couple of weeks, we will be celebrating our 51st anniversary. Thank you. I tell you that because Texas Tech means so much to us, and it has done so much for both of us in our lives and our careers. And I'm confident that each and every one of you, when you come back here 50 years from now, you're going to say the same thing. So graduates, congratulations. Now you've accumulated enough of these things they call university credits, where you can now get this diploma. And you can embark on what will be the greatest adventure and the biggest challenge of your lives, and hopefully not moving back in with your parents. Now, yeah, I got the parents liking that, see? Parents, congratulations. Your wallets are going to be a little bit fatter, probably. But framing your graduate's diploma may cost as much as the first month of their employment. It's been tough out there since the Great Recession. In fact, the last few years, it seems like the only people hiring have been Panera and the Border Patrol. Now, I have to make a disclaimer here. When Lawrence called and said we'd like for you to come give the commencement address, I thought back as to how many commencements that I've been a part of. And I can tell you that I have attended, presided, or spoken at more than 100 university graduation ceremonies. And I've learned a couple of things. First, nobody came here to hear me speak today, okay? They're here to watch you graduate, so I'm going to be very brief. Second, no one ever remembers anything about their commencement speech. I've asked hundreds of people that, and no one says, no, I don't remember anything about it, okay? That's a little tougher to challenge to accept, but I'm going to try today, because what I'm going to talk to you about is one word and 5 letters that spell it. So hopefully 10 years from now, you're sitting in your 4,000 square foot house somewhere here in Texas. You're celebrating your 10th consecutive promotion and your new 7-figure salary. You're going to look up at that Texas Tech diploma and you're going to think, oh man, does that thing serve me well? And by the way, I think I remember that one word from my graduation ceremony. The single word is short, it's easy to spell. It won't be unfamiliar to you, but it has a powerful content and implication. It's a word that I would use to describe most of the successful people I've met in my life. This includes billionaire CEOs, presidents of the United States, presidents of foreign countries, Nobel Prize winners, Nobel laureates, and famous athletes and personalities. The word is poise. P-O-I-S-E. Simple word, poise. So let me just take a few moments here and elaborate about the importance of this word and why I would use it and urge you to develop this in your life as you move through life. You see, people with poise become successful leaders. They're always in control of their emotions. They don't overreact and panic. They handle the ups and downs of life. They rise to the tops of organizations. They have happy and joyous lives. How is this? Well, it's all in the meaning of the letters that spell the word. Let me explain. The P in poise stands for passion. You know, it's been said, you can Google for an answer. You can Google for a mate. You can Google for a career. But you can't Google to find what's in your heart. The passion that lifts you skyward. Successful people are passionate about what they do. So my advice is follow your passion, stay true to yourself, and never be pressured to follow someone else's path. The O in poise stands for opportunistic. Poised people have the courage to imagine something new, the courage to act, and the courage to persist through setbacks. They're optimistic. They see the cup as half full, not half empty. Their radar is always on. They're focused on new ways to succeed. This is where they get their competitive edge. The I in poise stands for innovative. Poised people think out of the box and seek new solutions to problems. They're creative. They're always thinking about how to invent a better mousetrap. One of the best pieces of advice I ever received came from my father, who was a West Texas cotton farmer, and he told me, and pardon my language here, at the urging of my wife, I'll soften it a little bit, but he said, "Son, you can wish in one hand and you know what in the other, and see which one fills up first." And his follow-up was, so don't spend all of your life dreaming. Successful people are doers. And then finally, the S in poise, or not finally, the S in poise, stands for solution-oriented. Poised people are proud, and they believe anything worth doing is worth doing well. They're not quitters. They don't hang their heads or complain. They're persistent, always engaging in determined action every day, whether they're at work or at home. The last letter, E, which stands for ethical, is the most important one. Why is that? Because the best way to succeed and to get the most out of your life is to be truthful, honorable, credible, and accountable, to have integrity. A poised person leaves each day with courage. They take pride in their work. They always finish what they start. They do what has to be done. When they make a promise, they keep it. They talk less and listen more. And they know where to draw the line on what is right and wrong. So there you have it, one word with 5 letters. I hope you'll remember that small word and always try to practice it. So what's the word? Poise. All right, well, we're off to a good start. And let me just close by saying I hope you've achieved a lot. I hope you're very proud of what you've accomplished and your diploma and to be Red Raiders. Be hard-charging folks. That's what Texas Tech has been known for over the years. Red Raiders get things done, okay? They have great pride in their school. They support their school years and years after they've been part of it. They never give up. They decide what they want and they go for it. And you will always be successful if you practice poise. Be passionate, be opportunistic, be innovative, be solution-oriented, and be ethical. Thank you, and God bless, and congratulations on becoming a Red Raider graduate.
Thank you very much, Dr. Schmidley.
We will now proceed with the conferring of the degrees. All candidates, please rise. Degrees are awarded to those who have successfully completed all requirements established by the university and the faculties of their colleges and departments. President Skubanek, the candidates are recommended to you for conferring of their respective degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the degree for which the Provost has recommended you. You may now turn your tassels to the left. Also, at this time, those who have the official Texas Tech Alumni Association class ring may turn their rings outward. Congratulations. And please be seated.
We will now proceed with recognition of individual graduates. You will note we have a table located on the west side of the stage. A representative from the Alumni Association will be handing each graduate a commemorative lapel pin as a graduation gift from the association. In addition, each graduate will receive a complimentary one-year membership in the Texas Tech University Alumni Association. This gift is made possible by the Office of the President of Texas Tech University in an effort to keep each of you connected to the university.
We will now recognize the candidates receiving the baccalaureate degree in the College of Arts and Sciences. As Dean of the College, I wish to extend my personal congratulations to every one of today's candidates.
Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, the banner bearer for the College of Arts and Sciences, Benjamin Taylor Sharp. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College and the banner bearer for the Honors College, Arshin Mohammed Rajoun. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology, Mary Rose Bojina Barton. Bianca Unique Brown. Christopher Dean Denton. Emily Nicole Driggers. Elizabeth Joy Haddock. Farron Mikhail Lynn. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Biochemistry, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Colleen Dallas Driscoll. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Biochemistry, Zi Yi Kong, summa cum laude. John Edward Trinidad Meacham. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Biochemistry and a Bachelor of Science in Food Sciences, Claudia Patricia Santillan. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Chemistry, Derek Allen Bartles, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Chemistry and Spanish, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Piyala Chadri. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Chemistry, Morgan Elaine Elledge, magna cum laude. Kegel Malik. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Chemistry and Mathematics, Alexandria Charlemagne Nichols, summa cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Chemistry, Victoria Montgomery White, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics, Nadir Ali Ibrahim. Julio Miguel Arce. Okheden Yerov Asa. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Philosophy, Michael Dominique Calavera. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics, Jordan Samuel Goodman. Receiving Jason Taylor Graham. Alexander Len Gregg. Rookie Kim Hirasawa. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics and History, Justin Shane Hudgens. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Benjamin Aaron Hubner. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics, Sarah Marie Jones, magna cum laude. Juan Carlos Leal. Charles Robert Lee II. Ángel Nicolás López. Kodiak Jacob Marshall. Tyler Daniel Novak. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Jared Anthony Opperman. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Economics, Kevin Malloy Parsons. Taryn Renee Peffer. Jairo Ezequiel Rodriguez. Zachary Christopher Sherman. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English, Emily Corina Anthony, magna cum laude. Kinsey Anna Baker. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English and Psychology, Madison Alyssa Bowen, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English, Lauren Rebecca Cargill. Daniel Stewart Cowan, Jr. Caleb Isaac Daniel, summa cum laude. Sierra Nicole DeVore. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English and Philosophy, Zachary Seth Edwards. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English, Emma Jordan Eichelbaum, magna cum laude. Aaron Caleb Esslinger. Savannah Beth Feeks. Courtney Marie Foster, magna cum laude. Halen Bowler Hardage, magna cum laude. Erin Nicole Hicks, cum laude. Lorian Elise Hicks. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English and Technical Communication, Candace Gabrielle Horde, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English Languages and Cultures, Allison Marie Kowalczyk, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English and Technical Communication, Amber Elise Lata, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English, Taylor Darrell Lewis. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English and Sociology, Brittany Joe Mason, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English, Patsy Marlene Matheny, magna cum laude. Candace Faith Merrill, cum laude. Taylor Elise Miller. James C. Murphy, magna cum laude. Amelia J. Rulin, magna cum laude. Olivia Storm Schultz. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English and Technical Communication, Emma Kathleen Seidensticker, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English, Morgan Shea Stone, cum laude. Mason Keith Taylor. Sierra Dawn Verigi. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English and History, Daniel Clark Walker, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English, John Isaac Wallace. Terrell Lynn Wilhelm. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English and History, Kyle Allen Wilson, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in English, Daniel Austin Zishang, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Geography, Bruno Blanco Porras. Tyler N. Boswell. Paul Hayden Dunning. Cole James Edwards. Sitiel Erasto Garza. Lauren Nicole Goff, cum laude. Kirby Ruth Kissinger. Jamie Quinn McLaurin, cum laude. Reese Ray Ramsey. Megan Elizabeth Rodriguez. Hannah Marie Webb. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Geosciences, Kasner Francesco Liam Pernice. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Global Studies and Political Science, Nicholas J. Kano. Harrison David Cutler, summa cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Global Studies, Brandon Edward Casper, summa cum laude. Allison Taylor Cass. Justice Hope Ramirez. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Global Studies and Spanish, Sandra Santiago. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Global Studies and Political Science, Emily Ann Steinmetz. Allie Hannah Warren. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Global Studies, Languages, and Cultures, Megan Elizabeth Yandel, summa cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History, Betsy Ann Alvarado. Caleb Ryan Bilby. Leah Marie Burnett. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History, summa cum laude with highest honors from the Honors College, Robert Chad Campbell. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History, Diego Ricardo Carlos. Ryan M. Chadwick. Jessica Marie Deloche, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History and Political Science, Jackson Paul Townsend Drawbaugh, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History, Miguel Fernandez, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History and Psychology, Pedro de Jesus Gomez. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History, Wesley Alton Gray. Griffith Paul Green. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History and Psychology, summa cum laude with highest honors from the Honors College, Chi Lin Ha. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History, Hayden William Homan. John Winnicates Hootie. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History and Political Science, James Eric Iverson. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History, Zachary Jared Leonard. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History and Political Science, Charles Lewis. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History, Caleb Matthew Loomis. Cynthia Yvette Martinez. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History and Political Science, Matthew Kenneth Martinez, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History, Zane Colin Mooney. Jimmy D. Maynard. Erin Michelle Pina. Thank you. Nicholas Jesus Morales. Tanner Luke Patton. Kara Abigail Lynn. Samantha Alexis Romero Garcia. Garrett Anthony Studeville. Taylor Allen Trigg. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Languages and Cultures, Dylan Chase Carter. Mark Anthony Dingus. Alexander Olscott Fincher. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Languages and Cultures and Technical Communication, Harrison Ray Hawkins. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Languages and Cultures, Matthew Lee Horn. Joseph Terry Jeffrey. Gear Patrick McGee, magna cum laude. Jared Brian Miller. Katerina Elena Passat, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Languages and Cultures and Philosophy, Miles Jeffrey Pedretti Allen, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Languages and Cultures and Psychology, Megan Jacqueline Radin, and also a Bachelor of Science in Human Development and Family Studies, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Languages and Cultures and Mathematics, Jeffrey Martin Strayhorn. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics, Dax Colton Baca. Peter Thomas Carlson, summa cum laude. Dakota Sean Chisholm. Chelsea Taylor Davis, magna cum laude. Monica Ann Gomez. Dante Jamal Harp. Austin David Jordan. Erica Elizabeth McElroy. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics and Spanish, Olivia Isabella Orantia Kotowski, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics, Brianna Kayer Rainwater, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy and Political Science, Anna Veronica Bukchek. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, Alexander Keshiro Farior. Alexander Sean Jackson. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy and Spanish, Carlos Ángel Salas Sotelo. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy and Political Science, Jason Lee Woody. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Noe Torres Alvarado. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Psychology, Valerie Amaya Sanchez. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Fabian Michael Baca. Joshua Benstow. Andrea Denisha Irvin. Ian Andre Albert Fraser, cum laude. Benny Garcia. Alexander Matias Guzman. Rodney Reese Hester Jr. Clayton Christopher Jones. Cleophas James Joyner. Patrick Austin Lemasters, magna cum laude. Kayla D. McCoy. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Spanish, Janelle Alexis Ochoa. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Psychology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Caitlin Taylor Pennington. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Robert Reese Sawyer, cum laude. Annie Carter Schaefer, cum laude. Logan Alexander Smith. Marcus Anthony Sorolla. Chase Anthony Stewart. Taylor Ashley Vucic. Joseph Lee Woodall, cum laude. Alan Jason Yeselson. Ileana Sari Acosta, psychology. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Abigail Marie Adame, cum laude. Sarah Grace Adams. Brittany Ann Anderson, magna cum laude. Louis James Antonacci. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Spanish, April Oralia Arenivas. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Alexis R. Auslander. Alex Marie Baez, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Spanish, Bianca Priscilla Barreto, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Nathan Talmadge Behrens. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology with highest honors from the Honors College, Alyssa Christine Burney. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Dewana Torshell Bogar, cum laude. Lauren Caitlin Bookout. Anastasia Celeste Briseño. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Ryan Neal Brown. Jocelyn Caro, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Shavona Joyce Caruso. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Elise Rachel Coleman, summa cum laude. Haley Nicole Collette. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology with honors from the Honors College, Brian Scott Connor. Okay. Brittany Cook, magna cum laude. Samantha Nicole Curtis. Maria Lee DoFilippi. Brandy Christine Dennis, magna cum laude. Destiny Marie Duran. Alex Gordon Edwards. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Samantha Susan Edwards. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Aaron Esparza, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Michaela Donette Foster. Sean Fox. Andrea Lee Garcia, cum laude. Dalia Lisbeth Garpa, summa cum laude. Adrian Figueroa Garrido. Brianna Elise George. Dejana Brielle Glover. Matthew Alexander Gonzalez. Cristina Maria Gonzalez. Deanna Marie Gonzalez. Aida Almudena Gutierrez. Megan Lynn Hamill, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, summa cum laude with highest honors from the Honors College, Brooke Alexandria Harris. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Claudia Marie Hernandez. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Jesus Viviano Hernandez. Kayla Alnisa Hill, cum laude. Adam Christopher Hoke. Carrie Don Holmes. Hannah Bell Genza. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Bella George Kayla Yil Parampil. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Thomas Evan Casper, cum laude. Nicole Romana Keller. Avante Daquan Kuiper. Alexandria Danette Knight. Haley Diane Kruger, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Sociology, Jessica Faith Kundert. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Raquel Monet Landry, cum laude. Courtney Beth Lanham, summa cum laude. Blaine K. Lauter. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Colton Reese Lewis. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Rachel Claire Lopez, magna cum laude. Ruby Celeste Lopez. Emily Martinez. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Sociology, John Sebastian Martinez. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Jordan Leanne McCormick. Preston Eliel McCullough. Sarah Danae McGann, magna cum laude. Morgan N. Nicole McNabb, magna cum laude. Jessica Paula Miaz. Sarah Catherine Minchie. Calvin Jean Mitchell Jr. Eliza Cuellar Montes. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Kimberly Michelle Morris. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Leslie Francis Mosley. N.T. Wynn. Naomi Marie Norwood. Jennifer Chinonso Obi. Nicholas Osage Odiaise, magna cum laude. Cassandra Marie Ortiz. Gerardo Palafox. Jordan Alejandro Palmer. Audrey Brooke Parisi. Madeline Page Quiroga, summa cum laude. Andrew Parker Riney. Elizabeth Ashley Reina. Abby Lee Reinhardt, summa cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Sociology, Jacob Ovidio Rincon. Tyler Kale Roby. Sabrina Lynette Rodriguez. Rachel Lauren Romero, summa cum laude. Alexandra Margot Chappelle, cum laude. Haley Lynn Smith. Julie Ann Sosby. Vivian Vanna Springer. Zachary Wilson Stokes. Ashley Ann Tate, cum laude. Amanda Kaylin Taylor, summa cum laude. Rosalinda Taylor, cum laude. Haley Michelle Tennant. Dylan Thomas Torres. Rachel Christian Truax. Joshua Lawrence Truing, summa cum laude. Anne Caroline Turcios. Lacey Delisa Ullman. Christian Vasquez. Victoria Van Can Vu. Deja Brijan Walker. Ashley Lynn Welsh. Mandy Rose West. Diamond Brianna Williams. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Elena Celeste Wright. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Mizuka Yasuoka, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Social Work, Kayla Ashton Cox. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Social Work in Spanish, Kayla Lasim Longoria. Hannah Niabeta Maconi. Laura Mallory Meeks, summa cum laude. Kara Joy Orth, cum laude. Orlando Parales. Kristen Dominique Ramirez, cum laude. Kimberly Ann Rodriguez. Mia Angelica Sepulveda. Toynell Jessica Stewart. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, Brianna Corinne Berry, cum laude. Tristan Don Bonner. Haley May Boydston. Kimberly Renee Brown, summa cum laude. Amberly Cherie Celestine. Chelsea Danae De Leon. Sloan Everett Dunlop. Priscilla Jasmine Fuentes. Sabrina Eileen Gonzalez. Jerónimo Skywolf Guerrero. Laken Brienne Harrison. Herlinda Huerta, cum laude. Alexis Danielle Lewis. Frank Anthony Mascola. Delfino Monsivais. Joseph Michael Pekowski. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and a Bachelor of General Studies in General Studies and Bachelor of Science in Cell and Molecular Biology, summa cum laude with highest honors from the Honors College, Vamsi Krishna Potluri. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, James Dean Price. Alexandria Marie Putman. Alexandra Taylor Schooley, cum laude. Nicole Renee Sprague. Alexandra Venus Saint-Just. Brooke Allison Wasson. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish, Megan Aranda. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish and a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Lakeisha Ann Rochelle Busher. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish, Tammy Kim Gradell, summa cum laude. James Paul Haney, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish and a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, Sarah Ann Jackson. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish and a Bachelor of Interior Design in Interior Design, Yadira L. Martinez Rios. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Kalina Denise Pickett. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish and a Bachelor of Business Administration in International Business, Thomas Otis Wendt, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish and a Bachelor of Science in Biology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Austin Mitchell West. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Technical Communication, Marissa Danielle Hohensee, summa cum laude. Ashley Diane Leal. Ashley Christiane Ramsel. Michael Len Schenkel. Nicholas Hui Khan Vu. Receiving a Bachelor of General Studies in General Studies, Rihanna Dawn Archer. Lindsay Renee Atencio. James William Boswell. Johnson Chi. Nicole Bell Como, magna cum laude. Marcos Raúl Cruz. Bulmaro Cruz III, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of General Studies in General Studies, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Daniel Garrett Davis. Receiving a Bachelor of General Studies in General Studies, Allison Marie Duncan. Travis Blake Evans. April Garcia, summa cum laude. Jeremy Allen Garcia. Sarah Louise Gent. Grant Alexander Glendenning. Jessica Lachey Hawkins. Cheryl Ann Headland. Dylan J. Johnson. Baldur Kevin Crawl. Raven Laura LaFave, cum laude. Stephanie Ann Mallory. Logan Deaton Macbeth, cum laude. Jorge Luis Mendez Jr. Reagan Mary Morrow. Amanda Michelle Myers. Rebecca Deanne Northcutt. Joseph Paul Oti Nemo, magna cum laude. Danielle D. Pettorini, summa cum laude. Lauren Camille Pierce. Kendall Ray Perky. Courtney Lynn Pritchard. Monica Lynn Rios. Michael Justin Rodriguez. Ariel Joy Rogers. Aaron Dale Ross. Alisa Michelle Rudd. Rosa Diana Sanchez. Jared Troy Thomas. Marissa Elise Wagley. Garrett Lane Waltz. Whitney Marie Weichel. Receiving a Bachelor of General Studies in General Studies and a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Macy Lauren Wilcox, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, Kennedy Noel Abbott, summa cum laude. Adriana Katrina Acosta. Michael Jason Anyanwu. Silvestre Cuellar. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Kaylee Lavinia Kumpian. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, Ronnie Alexander Diaz, summa cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry and Mathematics, Holden Reese Freed, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, George Lawrence Jurica III. Senya Korach. Daniel Paul Kraus, cum laude. Bundit Prichawanicha Wong, cum laude. Emilio Ramos, magna cum laude. Patricia Alejo Saison, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Whitney Chantel Schaefer. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Simran Rachel Singh. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, Joel Angel Tames. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Gabrielle Alexandra White. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, Chelsea Elaine Young. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Aaron Dixel Aguirre. Stephanie Efiong Akwawo. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Munir Arastu. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Kadim Osilama Archer Idodo. John Mark Anthony Avila. Braden Alexander Bardak. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Emma Wallace Barnes. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Joshua Stephen Baer, cum laude. Logan Daniel Boswell. Stephen Michael Bridgewater. Emily Elaine Broadbeck. Emily Ruth Brown. Carson Christopher Burchett. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Shay Allison Burkett. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Callie Marie Campbell, cum laude. Selwyn Xavier Carruthers. Christian Michael Castro, magna cum laude. Peter Daniel Cavazos, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Brian Chi-Yeo Chu. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Roald Luis Bonit Credo. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Austin George Cross. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology and Chemistry, Rhea Morgan Seipert. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Allah Asim Diab. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Haley Catherine Dixon. Ashley Marie Durbin. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology with honors from the Honors College, Colton D. Eaton. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology with honors from the Honors College, Hunter Gale Edwards. Michelle Ikate Ituk. Catherine Denise Flory. Connor Nicholas Furman. Jonathan Rudy Galvez. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Hannah Michelle Hennessy. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology with honors from the Honors College, Krista Ariel Herrera. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Ashton Nicole Hanza. Lydia Ann Horlad. Ashley Nicole Hudson. Karar Hussain. Tyler Elren Johnson. Adrian Ray Hussle. Devin Hunter Kilborn. Caleb Scott King. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Courtney Lee Lanier. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Jordan Lee Larson. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Viershani Ayana Latham. Jared Trevon Ledesma, cum laude. Jack Patrick Ludwig. Ellen Turi Lyons. Guadalupe Martinez. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, summa cum laude with highest honors from the Honors College, Shannon Lynn McCowan. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Madison Marie Mitrione, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Jonathan Gage Murray. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, William Lewis Murray. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Crystal Grace Nieves. Christian Clinton Nwanyanwu. Byron Chuwebuka Oragiato, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Dhruv Trushat Kumar Patel. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Sejal Jitendra Patel, magna cum laude. Sunny Garish Kumar Patel, summa cum laude. Melinda Antoinette Payne. Alden Bonifacio Perez. Haley Morgan Phelps, cum laude. Kevin James Price. Ryan Benjamin Provencio. Brandon Thomas Raymond, magna cum laude. Edgar Rivas. Kennedy Michelle Robertson, cum laude. Cassandra Shea Robinson. Randy Ray Rockwood. Marcia Andrea Russi. John Gabriel Schlechte, magna cum laude. Kristen Grace Schlemeyer, cum laude. Helen Grace Scott, magna cum laude. Sarah Jean Scott. Venecia Alexis Sepulveda. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology with honors from the Honors College, J. Ethan Slack. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Gregory Daniel Smith. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Evan Diego Sosa, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Jorian Mariah Stevenson. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Brandon Allen Stewart. Justin Daniel Stover. Brian Keith Sutton. Brittany Marie Trejo, magna cum laude. Yelena Tayo. Jacob Raymond Windsor. Amy Kathleen Witt, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Cell and Molecular Biology, Sarah Ashraf Alhaj, summa cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Cell and Molecular Biology, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Amish Nalish Dev. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Cell and Molecular Biology with highest honors from the Honors College, Aisha Fokar. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Cell and Molecular Biology with honors from the Honors College, Ridoy Rakim Haq. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Cell and Molecular Biology, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Taylor Alice Lee Hibler. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Cell and Molecular Biology, Brian C. Johnson. Emily N. Margrave. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Cell and Molecular Biology, magna cum laude with highest honors from the Honors College, Marilyn Matthew. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Cell and Molecular Biology, summa cum laude with highest honors from the Honors College, Michael Carlos Ramon. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Cell and Molecular Biology, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Nicholas Gregory Smith. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Cell and Molecular Biology, Sharon K. Villarreal. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, Kayla Nicole Anderson. Tia Nicole Black. Joseph Lloyd Cheney. Alexander Elizondo Ormachea. Gilberto Escudero, magna cum laude. Jeremy Dale Garcia. Jacob Henry Gremmer. David Heng. Luis Jimenez. Jordan Joshua Key, cum laude. Edward John Mercer. Matthew Kurt Meyer. Sean Michael Meyer, cum laude. Christian James Requenes. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Economics, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Catherine Michelle Gibbs. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Economics and Mathematics, Sisho Jiang, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Economics, William Luke Meyer. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Geosciences, Fitsum Mesfin Abraham. Haley Lynn Barrett. Richard Rowland Bloomer. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Geosciences, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Taylor Hampton Brooks. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Geosciences, Ethan George DeShays. Trent Allen Jackson. Juan David Ortega. Damilola Tewogbade Oyentunji. Christopher Charles Straub. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Michelle Kathleen Aguirre. Jerónimo Alvarez, magna cum laude. Kyle Sterling Anderson, magna cum laude. Jeremy Kyle Archer. Peyton Michelle Ardoin. Cal Edward Errett. Anna Leda Baez. Tyler Ray Bark. Bianca Barrios. Laura Elizabeth Bellar, magna cum laude. Holly Brooke Bennett, cum laude. Lisa Marie Briner. Forrest Jet Brooks. Jonathan Grant Browning. Elizabeth Suzanne Bush. Alisa Marie Dayao Kaling. Kevin Alexander Cambridge. Nicholas Houston Carlson. Caitlin Brooke Cassidy. Mark Anthony Solis. Daniel Lewis Clark. Brianna Nicole Kaufman, cum laude. Christian Anthony Condes. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Sarah Jane Connolly. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Desiree Deanna Copeland. Catherine Claire Daffer. Abraham Dowdu. Callie Joe Davis. Oriana Sharin Dia. Matthew Christopher Dobbins, cum laude. Kelsey Erica Dock. Oscar David Elizalde. Keely Elizabeth Falk. Jared Chad Faust, magna cum laude. Abel Anthony Flores. Megan Michelle Foster. Kristen Danielle Faust. Victoria Malaina Franco. Ashley Nicole Foltz. Alyssa Brianna Garcia. Kenya Aide Garcia. Xiomara Garcia, cum laude. Christopher Chase Garcia. Cynthia Lee Garza. Jade Alexandria Garza. Daniela A. Garzon. Brianna Marie Giberson. Shelby Lynn Goodman. Matthew Jonah Gregg. William Garrett Haynes. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Madison Faith Harmon. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Andrea Dawn Hernandez. Joanna Elizabeth Herrera. Savannah E. Higby. Abigail Lane Hooper. Kara Dawn Huey. Robert Cameron Hunt. Amy Karen Hurtado, cum laude. Matthew McHenry Hyde. Gabrielle Kehinde Ijabiken. Haley Nicole Johnson. Bethany Aliza Clemmy. Kelly Lauren Kenipa. Casey J. Hun Lim. Leobardo Ruben Lopez. Casey Elizabeth May. Melanie Kathleen May. Caleb Christopher McCall. Amber Nicole McDonald. Amanda Marie McKell. Marissa Nicole Mellett. Christina Michelle Moore, summa cum laude. Madison Brooke Morrow, cum laude. William Lyle Neal. Keely Ann Nelson, magna cum laude. Ryan Thomas Newman, cum laude. Kylie Ray Newman. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Morgan Taylor Noble. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Tyler Chapman O'Brien. William Riley O'Neill. Juan Nicolas Ortiz. Dakota Jade Owens. Christopher Owusu Apea. Shannon Francis Panuska, magna cum laude. Paige Morel Peoples. Brent Thomas Phillips, magna cum laude. Keegan Bradley Pitts, magna cum laude. Timothy Naron Policarpio, cum laude. Taylor Robert Raymond. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Thomas Michael Reisenhuber. Kimberly Louise Roach. Shelby Lynn Robertson, cum laude. Bailey Deanna Robinson, magna cum laude. Erica Yvonne Robles. Brittany Leanne Rodriguez. Christian Alzado Rodriguez. Lauren Alexa Rodriguez. Rachel Allen Rogers. Bailey Ann Rasinovich. Sarah Brienne Saenz, cum laude. Shay Emmanuel Salam. Erica Elizabeth Sanchez. Kayleen Nicole Sarley. Cheyenne Nicole Scott. Sydney Elizabeth Sharp. Taylor Lewis Schuler. Rachel Christine Smith, summa cum laude. Stephen Michael Snyder. Philip Eugene Sorrells. Anna Lucia Spear. John Joseph Starrett, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Suarez. Israel Sustaita. Taylor Nicole Theobald. Devon Paige Tomey. Devon Lisa Ann Thomason. Kendall Kim Vardell. Alexis Nicole Vaughn. Mariah Jo Villarreal. Megan Elizabeth Walker, cum laude. Sasha Marie Walker, cum laude. Sydney L. Wesson. Rachel Elizabeth Watley, magna cum laude. Megan Clara White, cum laude. Jacob Evan Wilsuski, cum laude. Madison Taylor Wise, magna cum laude. Blake Nicole Wood. Aaron Kyle Woodard. Alexander Benjamin Wright. Janice Nicole Wyatt. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Taryn Marie Alkis. Belay Goitom Fesacion. Richard Andrew Geyer. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, John Cody Hale. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Jessica Kathleen Hand, magna cum laude. Bradley Ethan Massey. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Casey Jane Mills. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Colton William Pemberton. America Daniel Saucedo. Andres Antonio Swegard. Johnny Joe Sikora, cum laude. Modeste Yuan. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, Rolando Cristian Camarillo. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, magna cum laude with highest honors from the Honors College, Max Asim Chehadi. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, Eric Ryan Davis. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Celine Angelica Guerrero. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, Brian Thomas Hammer. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Josiah John. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, Casey Alexis Miller, cum laude. Stephanie Lynn Navarro. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Lexi Suzanne Neighbors. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology with honors from the Honors College, Brianna Simone Nelson. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, Jaime Reyes. Bailey Brooke Rogers, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Blake Andrew Schwetman. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, Allison Marie Smith. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Zachary Alexander Sumner. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology with honors from the Honors College, Michael Christopher Suminen. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Callie Renee Todd. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, Whitney Nicole Watson, magna cum laude. Benjamin Mason Willingham, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Physics, John Paul Bates. Devin Ragish Bhakta. Zachary Monroe Brown. Zachary Cardenas. Alexander LaShawn Cardona. Ganesh Chowlagain, cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Physics and Mathematics, cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Roberto Espinosa, Jr. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Physics, Thomas Blake Head. Joshua Ivy Holmes. Brandon Michael Matthews. Maxim Viktorovich Jeleznyakov, magna cum laude. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Sports Management, Krista Lynn Bishop. James Kevin Boswell. Brittany K. Brown. Chevy Thomas Lee Caulfield. Jacob Alexander Shasteen. Derek Richard Corral. Andrew R. Dance. Tyler K. Dunn. Raymond Joseph Edwards. Brennan Andrew Fassbender. Andrew Michael Fick. Jeffrey Calvin Frost, cum laude. Bachelor of Science in Biology, Adele Razak. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Sports Management, magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Rhett Tyler Harris. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Sports Management, Austin Chance Kane Hennigan. Fernando Rafael Hernandez. Hector Manuel Jimenez. Austin Michael Johnston. Brett Patrick Kelly. Jordan Michaela Coring. Alejandro Komiyama. Mariah Megan Maple. Ruben Martinez. Camden Austin Mason. Corey Ryan Mathis. Jasmine Janae McGrew. Stephen Kyle Osborne, summa cum laude. Houston Lee Patterson. Justin Galen Robinson. Jaden A. Timmons. Karsten Blake Turner. Ashley Nicole Villarreal, magna cum laude. Zaina Noel Williams. Harley K. Pewitt, with honors from the Honors College, a Bachelor of Science in Sociology. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Sociology, magna cum laude, with honors from the Honors College, Sam Colton Stroop. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in International Economics, Ovaldo Humberto Carabeo. Lindsay Sierra Chapa. Justin Alexander Eames. Perla Iridian Garcia. Kevin Lee German. William Randall Jeffries, magna cum laude. Cassandra Leos. Michael Sean Moshiri. Romaric Ndong Mba. Kingsley Osei Amankawa Jr. Donald Matthew Peters. Greg Michael Phelps. Freddy Alejandro Rondon Almeida. Kyle Lawrence Schofield. Michaela Ray Stevens. Jordan N. Swick. Colton Mitchell Woodard. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in History, Paige Catherine Mills. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Restaurant, Hotel, and Institutional Management, Brittany Elizabeth Clemmy. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Public Relations, Alexander Peter Maloney.
Please join me in one last round of applause for our graduates.
The undergraduate students ranking highest academically on the basis of completed records will now be recognized. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing until all the names have been read. And if the audience would please hold your applause until we have all of the graduates standing. From the College of Arts and Sciences, Kimberly Renee Brown, Shay Allison Burkett, Savannah Joyce Caruso, Harrison David Cutler, Umesh Dev, April Garcia, Dahlia Levitt Garpa, Z.E. Kong, Courtney Beth Lanham, Laura Mallory Meeks, Jared Anthony Opperman, Sunny Patel, Danielle D. Petterini, Arshin Mohammed Rajan, Benjamin Taylor Sharp, and Gabrielle Alexandra White. The Alumni Association extends congratulations to each of the May 2017 graduates. You're encouraged to maintain contact with Texas Tech University through your association. The association is particularly pleased to honor these highest-ranking students graduating in the College of Arts and Sciences. Plaques from the association will be mailed to each of the highest-ranking students. Will the audience please join me in congratulating these honor graduates? Thank you. Please be seated. We will now recognize graduates receiving military commissions. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing so we can congratulate you. Being commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Marine Corps, Casey Lim. Being commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force, Dylan Carter. Mark Dingus, Joseph Jeffrey, and Gear McGee. Being commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army, Noe Torres Alvarado. Christian Anthony Condez. Sloan Everett Dunlop. Ariel Joey Rogers, Zachary Stokes. Being commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army Reserve, Alexander Guzman. Being commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army National Guard, Alexander Sean Jackson. Please join me in congratulating all of these commissioned officers. Thank you. You can be seated. We also want to pay honor to all of our students who are receiving teacher certification along with their degree. Will every student also receiving a teaching certificate please stand? Please join me in applauding these teachers. Thank you. You may be seated.
You may have noticed some of our graduates and faculty wearing camouflage stoles. The individuals wearing these stoles have served in active duty in our armed forces. Would the graduates, faculty, and member of our audience who have served in the military please rise so we may recognize your service and show our gratitude to you. As we come to the concluding moments of this commencement ceremony, I appreciate the opportunity to convey to each of our May 2017 graduates my congratulations on a job well done. Let me assure you that the entire Texas Tech University community is proud of your achievements, as are your parents, family, loved ones, and friends who are sharing this day with you. Graduates, I know you join with me in thanking those who are here today and who, through their love and support, helped to make your graduation possible. What you have obtained from your years at Texas Tech is precious and important. You've made lifelong friends, and you have learned from some of the best scholars and teachers in the world. The faculty members have confronted you with new ideas and perspectives and shared their passion of learning with you. Many have become your friends and will be lifelong partners in your success. I would ask all members of the faculty to please stand so we may recognize your contributions. I want to also acknowledge the important contributions of the staff who've supported you and the faculty. To each member of the Texas Tech Board of Regents, Chancellor Duncan, thank you for your vision and for your guidance. Graduates, I'm sure this is a moment of mixed emotions. You have pride in your accomplishments, but maybe questions about your future course. There is appreciation and joy for your friends, and maybe sadness in leaving them. But this occasion is but one of many transitions you'll experience in life. As you begin the next stage of your life, I hope that you will nurture and maintain the friendships made here that will be part of your lifelong connections to Texas Tech. Your talents and Texas Tech education give you the tools, the skills, and the support system to move forward with purpose and direction, and the expectation of personal fulfillment. But a full life also means a commitment of service to others, to family, community, and the larger society. Strive for honor evermore. That is an essential part of what Texas Tech is about. Because you are Red Raiders, there is an expectation that you will change the world for the better. We know you will add to that legacy. Remember that Texas Tech University will always be your home. Return to campus when you can, speak well of your alma mater, and tell the world with pride that you are a Red Raider. To the class of May 2017, I extend my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes for success. And go Tech! And now, please join us in the singing of our alma mater, led by Mrs. Catherine June Smith, receiving a bachelor's degree of music. The words are located on the back of your cover and the ribbon screen. Will parents and guests of the graduates please be seated for the recessional. After the recessional, graduates will meet their families and guests outside at the north end of the arena. Thank you all for your attendance and participation in this May 2017 Texas Tech University Commencement.